Chapter 21. I am half a world away. Dr. Drax wanted all the children to move into a special crew house now, opposite the Possibility Building, so that they could get used to living together and to Mr. Xanadu being their responsible adult. Florida got a blue crew member suitcase. I watched her running about the bungalow, getting her clothes and toothbrush and stuff together, and I had this really strange feeling in my throat. At first I thought maybe it was some sort of gravity-related problem, but that was daft. We don't have gravity problems on Earth. Then it hit me. Worry. I was worried about Florida Kirby. After all, she was going into space without me. Who was going to look after her? I just got used to being her dad, and now she was going away. I said, "Are you sure you're going to be all right, Florida?" She said, "All right? I'm going to be famous like Buzz Lightyear." Buzz Aldrin? Or Laika, the dog. She was just some mongrel, but after she became the first animal in orbit, she was the most famous dog ever. They made Laika chocolate bars, Laika soft toys. She was on postage stamps. They wrote songs about her, and she was just a stray. They don't even know what breed she was, really. There she was, wandering the streets of Moscow with two other dogs. The next thing, Laika was really famous, and she was only a dog, she said. Imagine what it's going to be like for us, the first kids in space. What's up with you? She must have seen me flinch. I was thinking, Laika died in space. What if... Oh, I know, said Florida. You're jealous because you're not going. Who says so? I say so. Me? Jealous of you? As if you're not. As if I am. I was acting like a kid, I know that. It seemed easier than doing the dadly thing and telling her I was worried about her. I kept thinking of her sitting on top of a 200-foot firework blasting into orbit. What kind of dad lets his child do that? Then I had to take her to the crew quarters. That was the worst bit, watching her walk away. She didn't even look back and wave. She was chatting happily to Samson too. They looked so tiny as they passed the Possibility Building. I thought of all the times in my life that I had wanted Florida Digby to go away, and here I was wishing she'd turn round and come running back. It was a strange, unhappy thing being on my own in the bungalow that night. I sat up on the couch watching telly all night. Sometimes I'd nod off in the middle of Celebrity Seance and wake up in the middle of Celebrity Dental Check, then nod off again and wake up in a different episode of Celebrity Seance. When the first bit of daylight crept into the room, I thought, right, now I'm allowed to have a bacon butty. I couldn't find actual bacon, but I did find some thin pink meat stuff with "explodes the tongue" written on the packet. Excuse me. The explodes thing must have been some kind of warning though, because the minute I put it in the grill, it burst into flames and all the smoke alarms went off. Standing there in the kitchen with greasy smoke billowing around me and sirens wailing in my ears reminded me of home, which is probably when I rang my mum. The phone rang for a surprisingly long time before she answered. Hello? She sounded like she'd never heard a phone ring before. Mum, it's me, Liam. Liam? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm great. What are you doing? I looked at the timetable for day 6 at the Lakeland Activity Centre and I said, pond dipping. We went pond dipping and I lost my place. A water boatman, that's a big beetle which has seen a steep decline in its population recently. Oh, what else? Climbed on the new 50-foot climbing wall and came down on the ever popular but very safe aerial runway. That's great, Liam, and you weren't frightened? It hasn't given you nightmares? No? And you're eating okay? Yeah, food is plain but wholesome, cooked here on the premises. We're expected to help clean up afterwards. It's a team building activity. And you're sure you're okay? Yeah, great. Really, really sure? Why do you keep asking if I'm okay? Because you've just rung me up. I can ring you up, can't I? Liam, it's the middle of the night. Oh. Oh was the best I could come up with. I put the phone down. I'd completely forgotten about the time difference. I think that was when it hit me that I was half a world away. Compared to where Florida was going, I was just around the corner. I felt really lonely that night. I think it must have been the only time I've been in a house on my own at night. And now look, I felt bad on my own in a house. Now I'm on my own in the universe.